Hey guys, Mr. Zern here. Welcome back. Showing off a version of your Modulo Knowledge Check app. And it's really important that you understand like how a Modulo works so that we can apply it in all kinds of ways. Because the final app you're going to be making before we move on to the next main unit is kind of creating your own app. And the Modulo has like almost an unlimited amount of ability of things we can use for it. It's great for toggling things on and off and stopping action and basically just turning all kinds of things on and off, making something happen or not happen by using the Modulo function. So I've got an example here of that app. So you're going to utilize the Modulo function. So when I grade this, I'm going to look at your code and make sure that you're utilizing that Modulo function. In this case, I want to see an incremental counter. I want it to play a sound when it gets to a certain count. It's going to look nice, so have a nice user-friendly layout and professional look. And you may want to consider adding some kind of reset button so it's easy to use. So we click here and we can see that the button changes. So every time I click it, it just kind of toggles back and forth between red and green. And so I'm using the Modulo function, basically kind of doing an odd even setup. And so the Modulo is 0, it's one color. And if the Modulo isn't 0, it's the other color. And so I've got an incremental counter. And so every time I tap it, it's keeping count. We can see here it's displaying the count on the screen. And basically in the code, the program is taking a look at that to see like, hey, basically if the Modulo is 0, make the background color green. An easy way to do that is I'm simply dividing the global count by 2. And so in this case, like 22 divided by 2 would be 11. There's no remainder. If I click it again, 23 divided by 2, well, that's going to have a remainder. That's not going to be a nice even number. And so I get the other color. But we can use that for, anything, and it's a great way to control that. And eventually, if I get to a certain sound, it triggers the cheering there. Yay, I did it. So again, I can click the reset button, kicks me back. I just picked a different color to kind of, again, trying to show that, the incremental counter changes and it prints the new number so the user really gets that feedback plus a different color. And so that we can really say, oh yeah, hey, that reset button is totally doing something. So again, it's important that, a lot of your reset button or whatever the button is does something, but the user isn't always getting any kind of indication that something happened. And so in this case, when I click the reset button, a couple things happen. One, background color of the button changes to a totally new color. The incremental counter changes, but I also kind of show that by reprinting the information, and we're ready to keep going there. So eventually when it gets to 25, you can pick any number. Yay! It plays a sound. Okay, so there's a great example of a very simple app, but it utilizes that Modulo function to basically turn something on or off. All right, looking forward to seeing your app, and I will talk to you guys later.